And here is the Creux Automatiq Diamondback, and it's in 40 millimeters, 47 lug to lug, and just 10.6 millimeters tall. So there is a lot to like about this watch. This is a watch that I've been excited about and have been anxious to talk about for a really long time. It is a Swiss-made watch by an Australian-based watch company. And so clearly, to me, it's just a very aesthetically pleasing watch, a very unique looking watch with that case design, the finishing, and that dial. Everything about the Diamondback just exudes quality, and it is a quality-made watch. And within those beautiful aesthetics, you know what's interesting is the first thing that actually caught my attention were those 6 screws on the bezel. However, those are just purely cosmetic. In other words, they don't actually screw the bezel onto the case, but the look just works and has become a hallmark look for Creux watches. And one of the things that we don't usually think about, but maybe we should, is the use of the materials for our dials. Because this dial is actually made of one piece of solid brass. And brass is a nice luxurious material, a nice material to know what our dials are made out of. But it's not a very common material. It is not a cheap material to use. And one of my other experiences with a brass dial is my Tourbillolus. See that bleed through effect right there, causing that blue shimmering? Well, that is caused because of the brass dial that is underneath that blue. And that is a similar look that we get with a Diamondback. The center portion right there that is a little lighter than the outer portion of the dial is not created from the lighting around the camera. That is the way that it is. That is caused from the bleed through effect of brass. So it is just a nice benefit that the brass dial gives us. As you would expect, it has nice applied markers. And I like the gold touches on the sub-dial seconds hand, the signed crown between the crown guards, and the custom gold rotor. And we'll get to the movement in a minute. So in addition to the nice pattern dial on the brass, just the finishing on this is just so well done. Creux did an excellent job with the brushed and polished finishing. Again, everything about this just exudes quality. Creux did a really great job with this. So there is the movement right there. Oh no, let's go back and talk about the bracelet. Actually, yeah, let's go back and talk about this movement. So what is this movement that we're seeing right there? Well, this is what Creux calls the CA24041. But it is really based off of the ETA 2824 that has been modified. So now let's go back to the bracelet. I just got done seeing the praises of this really unique bracelet. And if you want to know, or if this looks maybe familiar to you, well, it was actually received inspiration from the scales of the Diamondback snake without being venomous. But however they got their inspiration from, it just worked. It is a very unique look that I don't think a lot of other watches can claim that they've received inspiration from regarding their bracelet. So while I just got done singing the praises of how sharp this bracelet looks, if there's one area that I might poke holes at or nitpick, it would be the clasp right here. It is a nice concealed clasp, but I wouldn't mind a little bit bigger of a lift area so I can access it a little bit more. It's not a huge problem, but I just wouldn't mind a little bit bigger area to lift. But if that is my only nitpicking moment to an otherwise gorgeous bracelet and a very well-made watch, I can live with that. The retail price of the Diamondback is $1,850. And for that, we are getting a Swiss-made watch, a very unique watch, as I said, that is both elegant and sporty, extraordinarily well-finished, just a substantial watch with a lot of unique characters to this watch. Then I think this is going to be a great option for us. Creux is also a watch that we should continue to keep our eye on. For the past 7 years, they've really carved out a nice niche for themselves. And right now, they also have a Ghost V3 that is made of titanium and ceramic with an exhibition dial there. That is a really sharp look, but entirely different video. But my point is that Creux is definitely a watch brand that we should keep our eye on. And they have carved out a really nice niche for themselves all around the world. And again, I think the Diamondback is a great option for us. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you the next time. And if we flip the watch over to take a look at the movement, ooh, good job, Rich. The Diamondback is just so well executed. The Diamondback is just so well executed.